This is a continuation of what is hopefully last week's video if everything goes to plan, and it is the same day, it's just later in the evening and I'm a little bit more frazzled and a little bit more unhinged. So if you missed last week's video, I will have it linked up here for you, but it is my closet clear out video, which I did as part of the 75 hardstyle challenge. Now today is May 16th. This video is probably out when the challenge is over. I think this will be out like mid-June if everything goes to plan. I have a lot of stuff in the pipeline for the channel right now. So the challenge might very well be over when this video goes out. And there's going to be some data in this that is probably a bit outdated at that point, because I will have made my May check-in video, like the end of May, how did I do for the month of May with the cost per wear tracking and all that. But I'm hoping that the 75 hardstyle challenge conclusion video isn't up until next week. Hopefully. The month of May is really hectic for me, though right now I have a 4-day weekend and I'm making the most of that, both with resting and making videos. But it also means that I'm a few videos ahead, but also planning content for later on, and everything is a little bit confusing. But in today's video, I'm going to get into some stats and how the cost per wear and my usage changed with me making these adjustments in my wardrobe. So before doing the closet clear out today, I had 171 items in my wardrobe. This does not include shoes, outerwear, accessories, belts, jewelry, that kind of stuff, but indoor clothing, as I like to call it. Trousers, jeans, shirts, vests, sweaters, indoor clothing. And I had 171 pieces and I removed 10, which means I now have 161. 7 of those items I am intending to sell, donate, or swap with other people down the line. One of them is going to go to my husband to be reworked, to be upcycled in some way, because I realized there was a really big hole in it, and so he will rework that into something else. And then there were 2 items, 2 dresses in particular, that are being set aside to be mended. So I am archiving them from my wardrobe and from my cost per wear tracking right now, with the very high hopes that they will be altered or mended and brought back in to my wardrobe before too long. Out of the 8 items that are leaving my wardrobe, i.e. not the ones being archived, the ones that are properly fully going bye-bye from my wardrobe, 2 of them I had worn previously this year and the other 6 I hadn't, though all of them have been worn by me at some point. As for the 2 dresses that are being archived, I haven't worn either one of them this year, but I'm very much hoping to do so and having them back in my wardrobe while it's still seasonally appropriate to wear them. Now, I said I had 171 items in my wardrobe at the beginning of the day before I filmed the closet clear out, and I removed 10, which means I'm down to 161 items. Out of the 171 items, I had worn 121 items as of me getting dressed today, and that came out to 70.7% of my wardrobe. Now that I'm down to 161 items, 119 of them have been worn this year, because again, I removed 2 items that I have worn previously this year, and that comes out to 73.9% of my wardrobe worn so far this year. We are in the middle of May as I'm filming this. My goal for mid-June was to have worn 65%, I believe, of my wardrobe, and yeah, I'm doing okay. It's going well. As for the cost per wear, which is a big thing that I'm tracking this year, and I want it down from 38 Swedish kronor on average, which is where it was at the beginning of the year, all the way down to 20 at the end of the year, with my goal being that it would be at 28 in mid-June when the 75 hardstyle challenge ends. I was at 27 Swedish kronor at the beginning of the day, and now that I've done the closet clear out, I'm sitting at 24, which I'm really happy with, though I did make clear in the beginning of the year and also during the 75 hardstyle challenge that my goal is not to reach a low cost per wear and or a high usage by removing items from my wardrobe. However, the items that I have removed today are items that don't fit me. That is valid. That is a valid reason for me to part with them. And then I have the 9 or so items. Was it 9? I think it was 9 items that I set aside to try to style and see if I like them and see if I want them to stay in my wardrobe. Those are still in this tracking. Those have not been removed or archived or anything. They are still part of this. However, if I find that they don't fit me me or serve me or work for me and my style and my wardrobe, I will part ways with them, and that will then also affect the cost per wear and or percentage used in my wardrobe this year. Some of them are sitting at a higher cost per wear, some of them are sitting at a lower cost per wear, some of them have been used this year and some of them haven't. So we will see throughout the course of me making those styling videos, which I'm hoping will come out soon. Soon for you, not soon for me. I have other stuff that's gonna go out between now and then, me and you, between whatever period we're in between May 16th and when this video goes live. I'll hopefully film some of them, but I won't have them out until June at the earliest, I believe. But we'll see how things change when I've made those videos. And there are 2 or 3 items in my wardrobe right now that I am on the fence about. I will have talked about those probably in the May cost per wear wrap-up video that I will link up here when that is all filmed and uploaded and everything. And they are items that are currently in the wash that I've worn recently, or that I didn't pull from the rack because I wasn't really thinking of them. I had other thoughts in my mind, but pieces I have been struggling a bit, or pieces I have had negative opinions about recently. But I'm going to put up on the screen for you right now what my cost per wear tracking looked like per item category when I started the day and where I'm ending the day. It has gone down 3 Swedish kronor on average, and I'm very happy with that, although the plan again was not to lower it by getting rid of stuff. But that is where we are right now, or where I'm at right now, having done this closet clear out today. And I feel very good about it. Having 8 items leave my wardrobe doesn't feel extreme. I am happy with that number, though I am conscious that that might go up when I do these styling videos, or when I make up my mind about those pieces that I didn't pull but that I'm still on the fence about. 8 items doesn't feel extreme, and especially since at least 7 of them purely do not fit me. That does not feel extreme to me. That feels reasonable to have those items leave my wardrobe. And I am pretty excited about making those styling videos, the Style It or Say Goodbye videos that are very much inspired by Lauren of How She Styles. That is the name that she uses for her video series. I don't know what name I'll be using for mine, but it is heavily inspired by her projects. I am really excited to make those videos. I don't know how many it's going to be, if it's going to be 2 items per video or 3 items per video. We will see. I don't want to have them be too long, but I am not sure how I feel or what I think the outcome will be of those videos. So all of the items I have in my wardrobe, I have, at least at some point, really enjoyed. And some of the items, one of the items at least, which is this white vest that I got last year, I have only worn 1 time. And I liked it when I got it, but then why have I not been wearing it? I have some theories. I will talk about those in that video, but I wonder why I haven't been styling it more. And looking at the 9 or so pieces that I set aside to be styled in those upcoming videos, there are very few of them that actually excite me. And that is fair. Styles change, tastes change, that is fine and valid. But I think I will be sad and a little bit disappointed in myself if I part with pieces that I have hardly worn simply because I don't like them anymore. If I've hardly worn them and they don't fit me anymore, that is fine. But if I part with them having barely worn them, I think I'll be a little bit sad and disappointed, especially if they were slightly more expensive pieces, which some of the pieces I've already parted with today were, and some of the pieces that are remaining in that styling category on the rack are still sitting at a high cost per wear. The highest cost per wear that any of those items is sitting at is this reversible pumpkin vest, or this reversible checkered vest, I guess, but it has pumpkins. This is sitting at 111 Swedish kronor. It's pretty expensive. Comparatively, this shirt is sitting at a cost per wear of 6 Swedish kronor because I got it in a kilo sale, pay what the item weighs equation thing going on, and it didn't weigh a lot. But we'll see how I get on with styling those pieces down the line. And now that I think about it and don't have the clothing rack in front of me, I'm starting to wonder if there are patterns to be found, not actual patterns of the items, but are there patterns as to why I don't like these pieces? Possibly. But when I also think about it, like I have white on there, I really like white tops. I have vests on there, I really like vests. I have the beige button down, I like button downs. So I don't know if there is a pattern uniting the items or linking them together somehow, but also thinking about it, I don't think there is such a pattern. I think it just might be specifically these pieces. I hope it is specifically these pieces that for some reason are throwing me off a little bit. But I will get to those styling videos soon. Hopefully in the next week or two there'll be one of those videos. Let's hope. Again, what even are dates? I have no idea. But that is the rambling I'm gonna do to you today. Thank you so much for watching this video. I would love to hear any thoughts you have on the reflections I've made today, on my stats changing, on pieces leaving my wardrobe, on why perhaps I don't like certain of the pieces that I've set aside. Let me know those things. For me today, the closet clear out is still fresh in my mind. I did that 4 or 5 hours ago. It's still pretty fresh in my mind. But for you, it will have been at least a week. Maybe you didn't even see that video, so it might be really hard to have opinions on this whole thing if you didn't watch that video. But let me know any thoughts you have in the comments down below. I'll be back with another video soon, so I hope to see you then. Bye!